Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Let's start off with Marlena. Because I'm just wondering, what the hell were you thinking? What were you doing? Okay, so she decides to go over Ben's place to try to warn him. And when she gets there, she starts talking to him, and he brings up the incident about the wind and the candles being knocked out, and it's this cold air that just like shivered through his back or whatever. And as she's about to sit there and warn him, I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud. She gets a text from the devil. Okay, she listen. This storyline has obviously creeped me out. Um, but I'm not gonna lie. I really did laugh my ass off when I saw her get a text from the devil, and she picks up the phone and this emoji. I think it had like a little goatee or whatever. Just warning her not to sit there and do whatever it is that you think you're gonna do. I don't want them knowing about my plan. But I couldn't help but think, okay, so let me get this straight. So you just tap in the cell phones now. This okay. All right. You know what? It's a soap opera. I'm gonna go with it. So point is, he tells her not to say anything, and then at this point, well, she does the exact opposite of what her original plan was after she got out of bed. Her plan was to go over there to tell Ben, to give Ben a heads up about, her being possessed and the devil and all this other stuff like that. And then she gets there and she reassures him that the baby is going to be fine. It's going to be a gift to the world. It's going to help out a lot of people. And I'm just sitting there thinking, so you not only didn't accomplish anything, you did the exact opposite of of what you set out to do today. That's awesome. That's great. And then she goes back home, and John is talking to Johnny, convinces him to not make the movie because it's gonna hurt. It's gonna sit there and affect Marlena. She's been having these really bad nightmares and everything like that, and it's just gonna bring up a lot of painful memories and past and stuff like that. And Johnny finally sees the light. I mean, he didn't see the light when he was forced to, um, trick Abby and Chad into this, legal binding agreement because, despite EJ. No. That didn't work. John telling him the first time not to do it. Nope. Chanel saying it's probably not a good idea. Nope. So I'm sitting there thinking, what is going to work? But he does get through to him. Marlena gets inside. And Johnny's like, I was going to sit here and try to convince you to make, get your permission to make this movie. But looking at it now, seeing how it may affect you, I'm having second thoughts. And then Marlena is like, no, I think you should totally do the movie. I think it's a good idea. The look on John's face was so priceless. I laughed my ass off. I was like, all right. So all that, and then you get back home and you confuse the hell out of your family. Man, that's a great morning that you started off on. Just like, all right, even John is looking like, I'm pretty sure we had this conversation like yesterday that we were both in agreement that Johnny should make this movie. And you walk in the door and you just did the exact opposite of what we talked about. That was the look on his face. And it was priceless. And there's moments like that that I'm just like, you know what? I'm so glad that I watched Days of Our Lives. Philip. Philip walks into the office, sees Brady and Chloe hugging, and he goes off. He gets so bad he punches Brady in the face. And it's all like, you're lucky only got one shot. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think they should be together at all. Philip and his jealousy. And Chloe, like, I'm not gonna lie, the way that Chloe has been handling this whole situation has just been, well, so I'm trying not to curse. It's just been a mess. It's just been an absolute mess. Um, I mean, let's be honest. I've been rooting for Philip as far as this whole going out with Chloe and everything like that. But she only went out with this dude as a consolation prize. And so the odds are stacked against him the moment that she, quote unquote, gave him a chance. At this point, Brady just decides to take the high road, kicks him out. And Chloe's like, I want you to leave Tim. They talk for a little bit, and at first, Brady's like, so what, are you going to break up with him? And she's like, I don't know. You don't know? Let me get this straight. You've been angry and pissed off at him about his jealousy since y'all got back together in this latest round. And your answer is, I don't know. Okay. She gets back home, or she gets back to the mansion. And Philip is like, well, I'm so sorry that I did that. It'll never happen again. It was a mistake, and it won't happen again. I'm like, bro, first of all, you need to just kind of just take the words, it's never gonna happen again, and just don't use it. Just don't use it around her. Because what are you doing? Now granted, again, she's been pissing me off. Okay? I mean, Philip goes to see her when the jet got stuck and everything like that. And she gets all mad and angry at him, saying you're being jealous, you're being paranoid, you came all the way over here, nothing happened, no one went on. What man or woman on this planet is going to walk into a situation when they see their significant other in bed with someone else and don't think that they're going to be a little taken aback? It's not just saying he's being jealous. Yeah, you're in bed with another man. And not just any man, not like it makes a difference, but the man who has been pretty much his rival for getting your attention and wooing you and being with you since high school. But somehow the only thing you're pissed off at is the fact that he was jealous. Made this man kiss your ass even though you're in bed with someone else. Now granted, it could have been all innocent and everything like that, but come on. I mean, you just not have any self-aware whatsoever going on with you? And she gets back to the house and she says, she just starts talking. And she must have said something because Philip was like, are we breaking up? Are you going to break up with me? And she's like, no, we're just... What did she say? Oh, she's not breaking up with him. She's taking a step back. Because I want to sit there and think about what I want. So you're breaking up with him. That's literally what you're doing. I never understand these half-ass breakups. We're not breaking up. We're just on a break. So you can see other people, but you still may want to be with this person later on. That literally makes no sense. In a lot of ways, well, one, it just doesn't make any sense in general, and two, so I'm somehow trying to compare this to like brunch. When people sit there and say you want brunch, so it's like, okay, you want breakfast or you want lunch? No, I want brunch. I want something in between. But if you just wait 2 more hours, you can have. Okay, and yeah, and that's what she says. She says, I want to take a step back. Okay, Chloe, sure. That makes sense. In your world. And she packs up her stuff and she leaves. You want to know the takeaway from all of this, from Philip's perspective? Brady. That's literally what you said. I'm just looking at him like, bro, I was actually rooting for you. And in some ways, I still am rooting for you. Oddly, which I guess to me it makes no sense, But again, the situation was stacked against him. The odds were stacked against him. Okay? It's not like they live in a different town and he just pulled that, jealousy crap. Okay? He lived in the same town with his rival, who he happens to, who his girl is actually happens to be working with, spending a lot of time together, still friends with, knowing how he feels. Now, I'm not saying you can't have friends with somebody just because they tell you, just because you're in a relationship with somebody and they sit there and say, I don't want you spending time with that person. But, I mean, come on. You can't have it both ways. And that's kind of the problem of where the relationship is at. So, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I want to walk that whole I'm rooting for Philip at this point because, to be honest, I feel like it's a no-win situation. And it's hard to root for somebody when you know that there's no good outcome. And there was never a good outcome because he was a consolation prize. So, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like in a lot of ways, like I want to root for Philip because he does seem like an interesting character. But at the same time, it's like the odds are stacked against him, which is why I want to root for him. But he keeps making the same stupid, dumb mistakes. And his whole takeaway from this, quote unquote, I'm not breaking up with you, I just need to take a step back, is your girl just left. And what comes out of your mouth is Brady. Okay. Alright, cool. See how I got the job at Titans, and yeah, she talks to Allie for a little bit. She's totally fine with the fact that, Ben is in a better position about, having his baby, and yeah. Then they go back and they make out like they did when they left. So honestly, to be honest, I know, unfortunately, because this whole possession thing, and you're gonna be seeing a lot of Ciara and Brady and Ben, but just I don't know. I'm not exactly like either one of them biggest fans, but it is what it is. And to be honest, they didn't really do that much anyway, so yeah. Nicole is about to make out with Rafe, and AJ comes along and is like, "What are you doing?" They seem like they're about to go to blows. Nicole stops it, tells Rafe to leave, and it was something interesting that EJ said. You're pining over Nicole and you're dating Ava. What are you doing? Now, I know there's a lot of people that don't even like EJ, and I completely understand why, but it's not like this man doesn't bring up a good point. What are you doing? And when Rafe leaves, Nicole and EJ have a good talk. Well, at first, Nicole seems a little kind of defensive, but then she kind of realizes, because, EJ was like, well, I kind of saved you from making a mistake, and I felt like that was partly true. But in reality, I think it was more of an ego thing. I mean, he did ask Nicole out on a date. Nicole was sitting there kissing another man. So I'm pretty sure the look on his face when he walked in was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? And let's be honest, Nicole even realized that she messed up. I mean, what are you doing? You're going to sit there and kiss him in broad daylight? Like, does your friendship with Ava means nothing? Like, what are you doing? And she realized that she was going to make a mistake. And then EJ's like, listen, why don't you just, I know you want to kiss him, so just kiss me. I'm like, okay, you're just gonna let her use you. Okay, cool. Now Rafe is all pissed off talking to Allie about, running into EJ, and I'm just like, bro. Even though I do like EJ, I'm just like, what are you doing, Rafe? Like, you about to sit there and kiss Nicole after this begging and pleading of trying to get Ava to stay? You're just gonna be like, screw it. I'm just gonna sit there and kiss her. After you told her that you... I'm like... The sad thing about Rafe is that Rafe does come across as a good guy, but he's having scumbag tendencies, you know? And this is when Ava more than once was like, yo, do you want to be with her? Do you want to be with her? After the whole begging and pleading, and Snitch saying that, my feelings are going for her, they're buried, and I just want to be with you, you couldn't wait to sit there and, even when you saw Nicole and Nicole wanted to leave, you were just like, no, just sit down with me and just have a donut. And then a donut just turns into a kiss. And then what, bro? Ray talks to Allie about the movie. Because Allie had to talk with Johnny earlier, and pretty much was like, listen, I'm only gonna be in a movie if Marlena says yes. So she talks about the movie and everything like that, and EJ, and yeah, that was about it. And then we all know that Marlena said yes because clearly she just took what John said and just said, nah, screw that, I'm gonna sit there and be in a movie. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's about it. It's funny because I was actually on my other tablet and it just died on me. So I wound up doing a review again. And I'm kind of glad that I did a review the second time because I felt like I kind of missed some stuff. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. If I missed anything, please write it down in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah, I just said that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Be safe. Hope everyone has a great weekend. I will see you in the next video.